Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're doing another installment in the Luxury Will I Buy It series. But here on my channel, we like to add a little French twist. For collections we want to get, we say oui, and for collections we want to skip, we say non merci. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm a makeup artist and esthetician, and I now offer an online beauty consulting service. This is where you and I chat virtually about your beauty concerns. So if you're looking for someone to give you a makeup lesson, a coaching, like one-on-one service, or if you're just looking for some advice and some clarity on the products you might have, you can make an appointment with me in the description box down below. And the perk, I guess, or benefit of using me versus going to a store and talking to someone who works in a department store or whatever is I personally don't work for any of these companies. I work for myself. So if you ask me my advice, I will give you suggestions or recommendations, but I don't work for any brand in particular, so you get my unbiased advice and opinion. Like I mentioned, if you want to make an appointment, just click the link in the description box down below. Okay, let's dive into this. Will I buy it? Oui or non merci? So I am using a few profiles here on Instagram. I have Tavia over at Chic Profile Official. I have my coffee here. So let's just go ahead and dive into some of these new releases. Some of these are freshly new on the market. Some of these will be coming out in the near future. Let's just talk about makeup. So the first product here is from Dior. They are introducing a new primer. This is the Dior Forever Skin Veil SPF 20. And in this promo here, they're also including a photo of a powder cushion compact. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I thought that they came out with this earlier, but maybe I was just mixing this up with something else. So the primer here is supposed to be a product that's going to perfect the skin tone. They claim that it's the first primer delivering long wear perfection. It's weightless, it's supposed to be a creamy texture, it's going to smooth, even out skin tone, illuminate. It sounds like magic in a bottle. No word yet on when this will be available in Canada. Honestly, my guess is that we won't even get this product. If it has an SPF in it, I think we will be skipped entirely. That's just my guess here. It does sound interesting, but to be honest, I haven't really used foundation primers in a very long time. I used to wear foundation primers every single day. If I wore a foundation, I wore a primer. And I just sort of got out of the habit. This does sound quite extraordinary, but for me personally, I like my foundation to be extraordinary on its own without the benefit of a primer. But if this works really lovely, it would be nice to try, nice to get a sample if it does in fact come to Canada. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this primer here is just one shade. So I'm assuming it has no color whatsoever, kind of a product that maybe looks white, but then once you blend it in, it kind of just becomes invisible, I would hope, because one shade is not very inclusive. And the cushion powder for me is not a product I would really dive into. So the cushion powder will only have 5 shades. This is probably, maybe an item that will come to Canada, maybe not. I have no idea, but I don't really have that many cushion foundations, and cushion powder, even though the actual compact looks really beautiful and wonderful, I don't know if this is really for me, but I'm sure it's for someone out there. I'm sure someone is seeing this and thinking this is like the most beautiful collection they've ever seen. So for me, this Dior launch is a bit of a maybe. We shall see. Now, moving on to some Givenchy. They're also coming out with some complexion items. They have a new foundation. This is the Prisme Libre Skin Caring Glow Foundation. This will have 30 shades. This already launched on the 2nd of January, so I'm assuming this will start rolling out worldwide very soon. As I mentioned, there will be 30 shades to choose from, which is great. That's very inclusive. It's a formula that's supposed to deliver all-day moisture, and it's also supposed to help minimize the appearance of pores and imperfections. This to me sounds very intriguing. I'm seeing words like 12-hour glow with a fresh and luminous complexion. Those are words that I like to hear when it comes to foundation. 24 hours of correction for natural blurring effect. That sounds interesting too. And then 24 hours of hydration for more beautiful skin day after day. This sounds very promising. I would definitely give this a try, although the last thing that I need right now is more foundations to choose from, but I would still give this a go. So the new Givenchy foundation is a oui for me. Moving on to some Gucci Beauty. They are launching a new collection for the Lunar New Year, and this is a set of lipsticks. These are going to be the satin finish ones. I have a few Gucci lipsticks. I think they're all amazing. I have a couple different finishes. I have some satin and also some more lip veil ones that are a bit lighter, more sheer. They're all wonderful, and honestly, the packaging for Gucci is just perfection. These ones here, as I mentioned, will be the satin finish, and so they're coming out with 3 shades in particular for the Lunar New Year. These are going to be 3 intense reds. I mean, I love a red lipstick. It has to be noted that these 3 lipstick shades, we have Goldie Red, Janet Rust, and Emmy Red. They already exist in the Gucci lipstick line. These are not new colors. They're simply coming out with some new limited edition packaging for those of us who are extra, those of us who like the extra packaging. So if you already have these 3 colors, I mean, it depends on how much of a fanatic you are. You might want to get these beautiful red limited edition packaging, but if you already have these, you could skip it if you wanted to. I probably won't pick up these lipsticks simply because I have a plethora of red lipsticks on hand, but just in general, I think the packaging and the decor of this collection is really nice, but it's going to be a non merci for me. Now, moving on to some Chanel. So I have an account here called Beauty Cosme from Japan, and she has promo photos here of the Chanel Le Blanc collection. So this will probably come out in February or March. Traditionally, historically, that's when the Le Blanc collections have come out. Who knows what this year will bring. So here we have a highlighter compact here on the left. It looks like it's going to be a bit more golden, a bit more warm undertone. It looks lovely. I'm not exactly sure what the motif is. It kind of looks like it's a sun maybe. But what's interesting is that there's also one of the Chanel highlighter sticks as well. So it appears as though there are 2 highlighters. This is the Baume Essentiel, which can be used as like a multi-use stick, but it's often used as a highlighter. And the highlighter stick looks very cool toned in contrast. It looks like a milky white. It almost looks like there's a little bit of sparkle in it. I can't tell. There are no swatches provided, but just if you look closely at just the white part of the stick, it kind of looks like snowflakes or something. And then we have an eyeshadow quad here as well. So this looks like brown, peachy, and also a mixture of white eyeshadows as well. I would love to have seen something purple, something pink for the Le Blanc collection, mostly because it makes me think of spring and spring flowers. But this one here, I don't know. I'm going to wait for some swatches, and also hopefully it does come to Canada, because the Chanel Spring Collection has launched with 2 eyeshadow palettes. However, here in Canada, I've heard rumors that we will not be receiving those eyeshadow palettes. I went on the Chanel Canada website this morning and they had a launch for the Spring Collection, but without the eyeshadows. So we shall see. I think for me, the Le Blanc collection is a big maybe, a peut-être, because I'm just not really in love with the color story. It could just be the lighting, maybe with some different swatches. I could be persuaded. You know, it doesn't take much for me to be persuaded to buy some Chanel. Okay, moving on to a different page. I'm on Trend Mood 1. So they have a new collection here from Charlotte Tilbury. This is live. You can go ahead and purchase it right now if you want. This again is in celebration of the Lunar New Year. Here we have the Charlotte Tilbury iconic Magic Cream, but with a beautiful red package. This looks really nice. I've personally never tried the Magic Cream. I don't know if it's any good or not, but if you love the Magic Cream, if you like red packaging or limited edition packaging, this might be for you. And there's also going to be 3 lipsticks here. And this collection also comes with these beautiful red lipsticks that have the red tubes with this gold studded packaging. I think this looks really nice. It reminds me of Guerlain with their really elaborate lipstick cases. So there are 3 lipsticks here in this collection. I'm not sure if they're part of the permanent collection or if they're brand new. So we have one here called Sweet Blossom, which is more of like a nice nudie rose for every day. Then we have one called Rose Wish, which is more of like a brick red. I think this one is a matte version. And then Lucky Cherry, which is also matte, and it's a bit more of a bright red. So for me, this collection is probably a non merci, but I do appreciate the beautiful packaging. Moving on to some products from Anastasia Beverly Hills. They're coming out with some new brow products, some glosses, and some highlighters too. So this highlighter here is called Iced Out, and it looks very cool tone, very silver. It's supposed to give you like a wet effect, a wet shine look on your cheek. The entire collection here looks very cool, literally. Like you see ice cubes in the packaging, or in the promo photo, I should say. So I can see what their inspiration was here. We have something here called Brow Freeze, which looks like a clear little pot of some sort of brow gel that you can brush on your brows to fix them in place. I probably wouldn't get that. It kind of sounds a bit messy. And then we have some glosses here. These are clear or translucent, transparent, and they're going to have some scent, a sort of like peach scent. For me, this is probably going to be a non merci, but it's always nice to see what's coming out on the horizon. Moving on to some Pat McGrath, we are getting a lip kit here. So you get a lip pencil and lipstick. So the lip pencil is the Ultra Lip Pencil in Bloodlust. This already exists, and the Matte Trance lipstick in Elson 3. This also already exists. This is going to be a warm ruby red lip kit. This is definitely my type of color, my type of jam, but I haven't drunk the Pat McGrath Kool-Aid yet. So this isn't something that I'm just like itching to get, but I can definitely objectively see this as very pretty. I predict that this will sell out immediately, like many Pat McGrath collections or launches. So I think if you do want this, you should make sure to set some reminders and refresh the Pat McGrath page quite often. Okay, moving on to some new makeup, new cosmetics on the frontier this year. This is a new company from Jennifer Lopez. This is JLo Beauty. So she's coming out with an entire line here. We're going to see a serum, some sort of highlighting filter, some sort of like primer, I think, a night cream, a sheet mask, an eye cream, a moisturizer, a gel cream cleanser. She's coming out with like the whole shebang. The packaging looks lovely. It looks like Jennifer Lopez's signature goddess glowing skin. You know, that sort of cinnamon glowing skin that she has. That's what this packaging gives me. However, I don't think I would try any of this unless I heard rave reviews from absolutely everyone. I think she's really beautiful, but I think that she, along with most of the celebrities and a lot of influencers that we see, when we see photos of their skin without a single pore, without a single facial hair, without a single wrinkle or line, even though she is 50, you have to know that that has been doctored. That is filter upon filter. I'm sure it's been sent to several people who do Photoshop and who just blur every single crease out of her face, because like when you see these photos, they don't look human. They almost look like a painting. They look two-dimensional. There's no texture. There's absolutely no imperfection, and it's not real life. If you look at Getty Images, you can actually see the untouched, unphotoshopped photos of celebrities and influencers, because what they do is when they go to events or red carpets or whatever, celebrities will have their own paparazzi follow them, their own photographers who will take all the photos, and then they will go and then retouch them and Photoshop and blur and stretch and smooth and then publish those photos or sell them. But if you look at Getty Images, they will just take the photo and publish them without any of the filters and retouching. And I'm not saying this in order to bash anyone or to criticize anyone. It's just to show reality, because Jennifer Lopez is a beautiful 50-year-old woman, but the photos that we see of her make her look like she's 32. And there is absolutely no way that these products here that she's selling are the reason that she looks the way she does in her retouched photos. Like, that's Photoshop. That's a professional photo editor who's doing that. So for me personally, I don't think I'll be touching any of JLo Beauty. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, one last product here. I have an item here from Sanakai, and this is their Future Skin Cushion Foundation. So I believe this will be available shortly. I think it's available for pre-sale at the moment. It'll be shipping soon-ish. So this has been available sort of in different places. Like here in Canada, here in Montreal, we don't have it yet at the Sanakai counter. We might get it at some point. I honestly have no idea. But I am a really big fan of the Future Skin Gel Foundation. It's really light, it's sheer, it's hydrating, and like your skin but better. I'm really curious to see how this wears, how it works. Also to see the difference with the original gel foundation, because I like the gel foundation, but it's a little bit annoying because it comes in a pot, so you have to scoop it out. So I think the Cushion Compact might be a little bit more hygienic. So I would definitely try this out whenever it becomes available in my location here. So that's a oui for me. And that about does it for our roundup of our luxury will I buy it, oui or non merci. Please sound off down below. Let me know which collections you're saying oui or non merci to. Do you agree with me with JLo Beauty? I would love to hear your opinion on that matter. I've just been thinking about that. I don't know, when I saw that she was launching a skincare line, I was like, does it come with its own Photoshop editor? I would like to know. But anyway, just feel free to leave a comment down below. If you guys are new to my channel, I talk about nothing but luxury beauty. I do lots of reviews and tutorials. And whenever I get a new collection, I will create several different looks with the same items. So I will use and reuse the same products. I will mix and match with different brands sometimes. So if that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, I think this is it for today. This is all I have for you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.